After Islam Makhachev completely dominated Jack Della Maddalena and became a two-division champion, the MMA world exploded. The only debate now is who can actually beat Islam, and the community is split into two. It is either Kamaru Usman or Ilia Topuria. Alex Volkanovski, one of the only guys who ever pushed Islam to his limit, said he agrees with Kamaru being the toughest matchup, pointing out that Kamaru did well against the middleweight champ Khamzat Chimaev. Demetrius Johnson, however, wants Islam versus Ilia Topuria more than ever, believing Ilia's speed, power, and chaos to make that fight unpredictable. And then there is Shavkat Rakhmonov, who jumped in to remind everyone that he is still the biggest problem at 170. Considering his size, wrestling, and undefeated record, he has a real argument. With all that said, Islam's next opponent is almost certainly between Usman and Topuria, two completely different styles, both extremely dangerous, though El Matador would have to defend his lightweight belt at least once before even thinking about moving up. The double champ era has begun, and now everyone is trying to figure out who can crack the puzzle that is Islam Makhachev. Let's dive into the reactions.
Usman's there. Usman can be a problem. We've seen how he done well against Chimaev as well.
Yeah.
That can be definitely. Yeah, you're probably right. Probably, and he doesn't take an unnecessary risk. So he's a smart. So I think Usman will be Islam's toughest challenge. Won't take any unnecessary risk. Can stick to a game plan.
See, now, I ain't gonna lie to you guys, I want to see Ilia Topuria versus Islam now. I want to see it even more now. Dude, Ilia versus Islam White House. Make it happen, Dana. Make it happen.
Just as expected, lightweight champ and Islam's biggest rival, Ilia Topuria, did not stay quiet after the UFC 322 main event. Seconds after Islam dismantled Jack, Ilia jumped on Twitter and unloaded on both guys. Jack needs an entire camp dedicated just to wrestling. What a disappointment of a champion. You should go to Georgia to learn something. Islam, you need something you can't train. Emotion. You're the most boring thing in this game. Every day I'm more certain I put you to sleep. Naturally, Islam got asked about Topuria's shots during the post-fight presser. He accepted the call-out and followed it up by sending Ilia a warning. But before that, Islam also reacted to the new welterweight winners on the card, Carlos Pratis and Michael Morales. He was not blown away by either of them. Islam said he can do exactly what he did to Jack to both of them because at the end of the day, they are just strikers. Then comes the biggest piece of news from that night. Islam's manager Ali Abdelaziz went on record and revealed that Kamaru Usman will be the next challenger for the title. According to Ali Abdelaziz, Kamaru is the toughest matchup at 170, and stylistically, he is the kind of opponent Islam wants to test himself against because of the wrestling, the championship experience, and the legacy that fight would bring. Now let's see how Islam responded to Ilia's call-out.
I'm gonna defend my belt many times more.
Topuria, I don't know if you saw his tweet. He said you're like the most boring fighter in the UFC or something like that. I know you said to ask you about him after the fight at Media Day. Can you give us your full thoughts on a fight with him now?
No injury, nothing. I don't feel any pains. I'm ready. Who is gonna be next? Let's do this, and I will make it easy.
Me down.
Same things everybody say. I'm gonna knock out Islam. It's if I stay, they're gonna knock me out. But I'm gonna try 1 time, 2 times, 3 times. He gonna defend, but I'm gonna still going. I told you guys in the welterweight, I don't think someone can stop my wrestling. Jake's one of the best in this game, you know, one of the hardest opponent. That's why I prepare so hard to make this easy, and this is our plan.
Khamzat Chimaev went live right after UFC 322 and reacted instantly to Islam Makhachev making history. Even though becoming the first Russian two-division champ was one of Khamzat's biggest goals, Islam beat him to it, but the middleweight champ didn't show any sign of bitterness. He kept it respectful, congratulated Islam and the entire Khabib team, and admitted the moment was huge for Russia.
Congratulations to you guys for having the first UFC double champion from Russia. 2 weight classes, history made in the UFC. Well done. The guy is a machine. An absolute machine. His rise to double champ status has been very impressive.
Islam Makhachev reacted to the chaos that erupted during UFC 322 when his teammate John Pork got into a massive brawl with Dillon Danis. The broadcast was interrupted as the two went at it near the media row, with John landing heavy shots to the back of Danis' head. Security quickly stepped in, restraining Danis and escorting him out of the arena. John Pork, a newly signed UFC fighter who's been making waves this week and earning a meme-worthy nickname online, clearly made his mark in a wild moment that had fans talking long after the fight. Danis, on the other hand, has been banned from attending UFC events in the future.
When you talk about someone like last 5 years you talk about someone, when you meet them, you have to answer what you said, And today, I don't think he answered, And he say a lot of bad things about our team, and today he coming and somebody just meet him. He talk about this guy's bad, and today the guys just meet him. That's it.
Dana said he's banned from UFC events for life.
He have to ban from this country also.
Ian Gary wasn't impressed with Jack Della Maddalena tonight, calling it one of the weakest title defenses in UFC history and saying Jack's preparation looked almost non-existent. Meanwhile, Dana White dropped a major hint about Islam Makhachev's future. Speaking on the upcoming UFC White House card, White said it won't be an America versus the world event, but focused on assembling the best possible matchups. When asked if Islam could headline, White didn't rule it out, noting that he could very well be the main event. With both Islam and Ilia Topuria expressing interest in fighting at the White House, the chances of seeing them headline are significantly higher. At the same time, Kamaru Usman is also a contender for that card, and the fact that he fights out of Fort Lauderdale, Florida, gives him an advantage since the UFC will want American fighters featured prominently, even though he is Nigerian. This makes a potential Islam versus Usman matchup especially appealing. What do you think, MMA fans? Who do you think has the ability to dethrone Islam Makhachev at 170? Leave your comments below.
Getting the sense we're going to hear the words White House quite a lot from fighters over the next few months. Islam is already calling for that. Is that, for you, would you be happy putting a non-American main event on that card?
Yeah, it's not America versus the world. It's what's the best card we can build.
So could Islam end up on the White House?
We're talking about him possibly, GOAT talk here, depending on what he does in his next couple of fights. So it's a possibility. I love these guys. It's like the guys that are just coming off the contender. I mean, you got Jack Della, who tonight was the champion, defending against a potential GOAT, and then you got the other guys that were on the card tonight, and then throwing a kid like Ewing. It's awesome. It's what makes this sport so fun.
Alright, fight fans, what are your thoughts on this event? Who do you think deserves the next welterweight title shot? Prates, Morales, Kamaru, or maybe even Topuria if he is able to defend his lightweight belt? Leave your thoughts and predictions in the comments below. That's it from MMA Psycho. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to leave a like and subscribe for daily MMA news.